Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hazy on Nova.
Well, Hazy, every now and then your kid says something that you go, oh my God, did you say that in public?
Yes, they very much do.
So I have a girlfriend who got hauled into the principal's office literally about the behaviour of her child. Okay, and she didn't know what was coming. So she's rocked up and they've sat her down and said, we need to talk to you about your kid. He is not behaving well. And so she sat there and she said, okay, that's fine. You're going to have to give me some examples. What's he doing? And they said, we don't feel comfortable in this space telling you what he's been up to.
Oh, you can't do that. That's
cannot.
like... No. That feels like a form of gaslighting.
No.
Because then all of a sudden you just assume the absolute worst. Oh, we can't tell you, but he's really, really bad. He's the worst kid ever. Why? Oh, I'm not going to say.
Yeah. That's like when you say to me, I'm so angry at you, Jodie. And I'm like, give me an example of what I've done wrong. And you've got nothing.
Oh, when does that happen?
Never. It's never ever happened.
I've always got examples.
Anyway, so this mother is sitting there and she says, look, if you're going to bring me in and you're going to tell me that my kid's no good, then you need to cite exactly what he's been up to. So the principal goes, okay, all right. So in group the other day, all the children were sitting in a circle around said child and your kid got up and went.
This is word for word?
Word for word. I hate you. I hate you, but you're all right and I don't mind you.
Oh, you should be rewarded for that.
Oh, my God, if only we could do that in our workplace.
That is the sort of honesty that this world needs.
Isn't that incredible?
That we're craving, because otherwise you do that behind people's backs and it gets a little bit icky. At least that kids, co-students know exactly where they stand.
Exactly right. And I'll leave you with this. In this room, I will say this to newsreader Abby, I hate you. I'll say this to you, I hate you. But Zoe, you're okay.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Well, Nemi Fox. I'm going to say Nemi. Does that sound right to you?
Naomi.
Are you serious?
We literally spoke about it 3.5 minutes ago.
Okay.
And we spoke about it for what? Maybe 45 minutes, do you reckon?
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then we spoke about how you're a genuine fish. And then we listened to Sabrina Carpenter and you reset. Did Jodie's batteries run out? You didn't get charged last night, did you? Turned up in red, 3% to go.
Anyway, she stepped out of the long shadow cast by her sister to win gold in the Olympics. In the kayak cross. Well done.
There you go. Congratulations. The Naomi Fox. Oh, well done, she is.
Oh, dear. Okay, so that's that. And a furious IBA boss has demanded boxers be kicked out. So the IBA has sensationally accused the IOC of corruption, confirming XY athletes Iman Khalif and Lin Yuting have male biology and should not be participating in the games.
Isn't this crazy? And it is the headline in terms of controversy at the games.
Yep.
That and probably Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price not getting let in because they changed the rules last second and the former Olympic champion couldn't warm up. Ridiculous.
Wow.
Anyway, oh, gosh.
You know a bit.
It's like, read the room, for goodness sake, officials. But this is because in pretty much all the other federations and events, they can't compete.
Yep.
I'm sitting on the fence here. I'm not saying which way it should go, but it's pretty controversial that in a lot of these other world events, there's different rules, but then there's different rules at the Olympics. Of course, it's going to create all sorts of headlines.
What is exciting, though, is we're third on the table. We are third. Behind China, United States, Australia. Well done.
Third in terms of overall medals or gold medals?
I don't know.
Because
Overall.
overall is in amount of medals?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, Habs?
Gold medals.
Gold medals.
That's how it should be done. But the US want to be first, so they put total medals.
Yeah,
true.
That's been the thing for the US for years.
True.
Classic.
Okay, well done. What else?
Anyway, so back home, we are possibly going to see public servants essentially forced back to work. So obviously over COVID, everyone sort of did the whole hybrid thing and work from home and that sort of stuff. But now there's a big push to get workers back into the offices. So the New South Wales government has sent a letter to all of their public servants saying you'll now be required to be back in the office. And there's calls for South Australia and Victoria to do the same. And it's basically to try and help the ailing retail sector. I must say, though, I was here late maybe about a month ago, and I left the office and came back, the amount of people who were walking along Peary Street was ridiculous. Like, I was like, it's actually really, really busy, and it was a random, like, Tuesday afternoon. So it's good to see a lot of people back, but I think people still, if they can, obviously want to work from home, but they want to see everyone back in the office.
This is an interesting space.
Yep.
Because the world has changed, it would seem. I'd be very comfortable if I was an employer, if there was one, maybe 2 days a week where people stayed at home, if they're going to get their work done and maybe work even better. And that's what happens here.
I just kind
There's
of
at least
question
one day.
how much work you're doing at home. Like, really? Really?
I get so much more work done at home.
Well, more than here, because that would be a relief.
Oh, here we go. But
would
yeah,
be an
I
actual
get
relief.
I now I go home and just can actually sit at my desk and just get work done.
I just want to hear that you're productive in any space.
I am productive in
love
any
that.
space, but I don't know. I think I get it. I get if there's a particular day where you've got an appointment or something with the kids or something like that, fine. But I don't think you should be work from home all the time.
Okay.
See, I'm on the opposite end. I would need to come to work better. Because I feel like once you said, well,
You would be so useless.
Oh, absolutely useless. Because once you sort of separate yourself from your home life, for me,
Yep.
then you sort of go into work mode when you get to work.
Yeah.
And then you're there to work.
Yeah.
So it's, a completely different mindset for me.
And you still don't do any work when you're at work.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? We're still trying to find a balance, Abs, the balance. Right now, it's way out of
I
whack.
still love, though, the fact that you're such a creeper on Instagram, so you know everything that's going on, but you're never actually posting.
It's lurking. I'm in the shadows just watching, gathering information. I'm gathering your data as we speak, Abs. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. Disturbing, actually.
Very disturbing.
So what we're about to talk about next, we're not condoning it, we're not endorsing it, but we're just talking about it because it is quite fascinating.
It's incredibly fascinating.
Have you heard about the suicide pod?
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Philip Nitschke is an Australian man, and he's known for basically end of life. So if you have had enough, if you've got a terminal illness, then he is the man that will assist you.
They're calling him Dr. Death.
So he has devised this contraption. So for those who haven't heard about it, it's the sarcopod. It's a 3D printed capsule which has been described as the Tesla of euthanasia.
Wow.
So
I don't know how to react. I don't know how to respond to this situation. It's a weird spot, isn't it?
Well, I'd say just be quiet.
To think about this sort of thing.
Yeah. So the sarcopod works by flooding the chamber with nitrogen, reducing oxygen so rapidly that the individual quickly loses consciousness. So they experience this within the first minute, and then they have a peaceful, reliable and drug-free death within 10 minutes. Wow.
She's devised opinion, doesn't it?
It does. It does. So it can be activated via voice control and eye movement. So if you want to, let's say, opt out at the last minute and you change your mind, you can do that by blinking twice, basically.
See, this is where it gets tricky. When you're furiously blinking.
Yeah.
And someone on the outside's no, it's blinked twice, it's too late now. Okay? But
Yep.
let's keep it straight.
Yep. Yep. So the pods activated via button, blink or gesture also have an emergency button and escape route in case users change their mind.
Oh my gosh. This is just, I think you can genuinely sit on both sides and see it from different angles. I can understand people say this is wrong.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be allowed to be in a situation when it's like this. But particularly if it's terminal illness.
Yeah.
And I saw an interview with someone the other day who had terminal cancer.
Yep.
And that opened up my mind.
Yeah.
Because it was a bloke who was in his probably late 60s who said he's in horrendous pain each and every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's just exhausting to keep on living.
Yeah.
He loves life, but he can't keep on living and he doesn't want to anymore. He said he's at peace with death.
Yeah.
But what he's not comfortable with is leaving other people behind.
Yeah.
Which is basically how you feel like the majority of people would feel. You're in a situation where you feel like it is the only option.
Yep.
But you know that there's going to be ramifications when you leave.
So I watched my stepfather pass away. He had dementia. And by the end of it, he was just not the version of himself that we all knew and loved. So if he opted to take this path, then you would say, okay, we endorse this. We love you and, go away peacefully. So, yeah, I don't hate the idea.
Yeah, it's like it. I think for most people, majority of people, the only situation that you might have been in is if you've had to take a pet to the vet, and we had to for our dog, and even then it was like I didn't have the balls to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine a situation like this?
Yep.
Oh,
So
gosh,
once again,
mind-blowing.
you left it to Cara. Once again.
No, well, Cara didn't want me there
Yeah, right.
because she knew that I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Which would make things worse.
Despite the fact that your dog was so incontinent, so very incontinent.
Incredibly. Like right now, as we speak, weeing everywhere in heaven. And God's like, what the hell is going on? I gave you 100 mils of water, you've turned it to 500 mils of wee.
Speaking of the games, you nominated yourself as the most elite diver in Australia.
I'm just going to play this if it's okay. Continue.
Yep. So you might have mentioned a little while ago that growing up in Beckham, New South Wales, 100 k's north of Wagga Wagga, not a lot of diving.
Nah.
However, you defy the odds and you have said that you were elite in this space, yes?
Yes. Particularly in high school. Often the big smoke,
Yeah.
Sydney, and then all of a sudden it was a bit of a pastime. And that is not your traditional dives. It's more so twists, turns, flips, and finishing with a little horsey. And that is the little horsey front-on thing to get
Let's
it.
drill down on the horsey, shall we?
So the horsey is pretty much the opposite of what a dive is supposed to achieve. You don't want splash when you do a proper dive.
Yep.
But when you do a horsey, it's about going in with the right mechanics, the right force, and creating a giant splash. Here's
So-
one I prepared earlier. That's me absolutely nailing it.
Yeah. So I just thought, let's marry you up with some of the most elite athletes that have ever participated in the games.
Okay.
So Dive
I
SA,
thought you were going to say, I thought I was going to compete against the likes of, I don't know, Clive Palmer,
no.
some of the real athletes of Australia where I had a chance.
So Dive SA have their green and gold brekkie tomorrow morning. It's at the SA Aquatic and Leisure Centre. And I just thought, you know what? Let's showcase your talents.
You found some actual athletes.
Actual athletes. We're talking Phil Rogers, if you don't mind. Breaststroke swimmer, 1992, 1996, 2000 Olympic Games.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yep.
Genuine Australian athletes.
Travis Marnie, swimmer also. Blake Gaudry, trampoline gymnast.
Oh, geez. I wonder if a trampoline gymnast who represented Australia will be very good in the air.
Yeah. Megan Jones, equestrian as well, in your space. Horsies.
Yeah, well, okay. I wonder if Megan's going to do the horsey.
Maybe.
So she's going to jump on the diving board as well.
Yep.
This is outstanding.
Rachel Dutchke as well. She is an actual certified diver.
Okay, that's very intimidating.
2012. Participated in the Olympics. You're going to be up against her.
So you're telling me she is a former Olympic diver.
Correct.
And when she hears things like this, she's disgusted because that's way too much splash.
So you up for it?
Well, I feel like, is there a space for me to pull out?
We're going to have to be fair, I've
guess
made
I'm
it
in.
even. We're going to have a chat to Rachel tomorrow and she is going to give you some tips.
Right, okay. Well, that's
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I'm in. Let's go. What's the worst that could happen? So what are we talking about? We're just jumping straight off the edge, aren't we? We're talking 1 metre springboard, that's it?
I think what we might do, producer Zoe, is go 1 metre and then work our way up.
This is an official event, Hazy. There's no, should we muck around and see what happens?
we
You
jump
start
off
with
the
the
10
one
metre?
and you work your way up
Yeah.
against each of these athletes with a panel of judges.
There's going to be people there judging me. Wow.
Do you know what
okay.
else is going to be there? Public. It's a public event. If anyone wants to come down tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we'll see you there.
Why not?
Who would have thought that a 39-year-old man could somehow, in the air, diving into water, do a hamstring? That's what feels like the destiny here with this thing is.
No.
I would definitely back you in to do a hamstring tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate this, though,
the other
guys,
one, by
because-
the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, even it out.
What?
What's that?
What?
Your hamstring.
The other one. Oh, exactly right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll
Yep.
take this challenge on. I feel like you would look after me, though. Like, you wouldn't stitch me up.
I am looking after you because we're going to get you some Speedos today.
Okay, good.
Bright red ones.
I need, can I make one request?
What?
Can I get some Speedos, maybe red Speedos, with just a nice little, just to get me up and about, to perform my best, I need a nice little photo of Jodie just fair dinkum on my bum. That's okay. Just square my
On a
bum
cheek
there.
or
On a
right
cheek.
down the centre?
No, right in the middle. Yeah, just to give me the extra kick that I need.
Hazy.
Little kick up the bum from Jodes.
I think you need to take some cash with you tomorrow because you need to bribe those judges.
That's so true.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Why have I just got this wave of nervousness?
Well, because you've got 24 hours of not eating anything because you have to look ripped in the Speedos.
yeah.
That's why you're
In
nervous.
Speedos.
You're going to be so hungry.
Oh my God, that's intimidating. Also, don't worry about the desiccated shoulder that's incoming.
So fine.
All right, well, I'll take this challenge on.
Yep.
Thank you, Jodes. Appreciate it.
That'll teach you.
Jodes, love the games. Love
Yeah.
everything that's happening in the games. But I feel like before the games even started, there was a special interest in the Opals
Yeah.
and the Boomers.
Special spot in both of our hearts.
Big expectations, particularly for both sides. But we thought, why don't we go straight to the top? 5-time Olympian and probably, the most iconic person that's ever played sport in this country.
That
Is
has
fair?
ever touched a basketball, I would argue.
It's Andrew Gaze. Good morning, Gaze.
morning.
That is a bit of a stretch, but what an exciting time you mentioned with the Boomers and the Opals through to the quarter final, and albeit some nervous moments along the way, both of them ended up finishing second in their pool. So we got hopefully good times ahead.
Very, very patchy form, particularly from the Opals. The first game, I was like, what is going on here? But they seem to have come good.
Yeah, that's right. Nigeria, they took care of us in that opening game, and I thought, this might be a very quick exit. But they were able to regroup. Some of it was to be expected because you've got 7 players in the WNBA. They've only had 10 days, I think, to prepare. So they were a little rusty, but they found their way, and they dug deep against France last night to get that win, a much-needed win. And we just didn't need the win. We needed to win by 6 or more, so there's some real nervous moments down the stretch. And we eventually got there, avoided the USA, and now we take on Serbia.
Well, speaking of the USA, if we win this game against Serbia, then that's
Yes.
potentially who we face in terms of the Boomers. Goodness me. Well done. You guys won. Now take on the US.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but we can't think ahead. But it's just the way the draw's gone. It's exactly the same for both the Opals and the Boomers. Both of us take on Serbia, and if we win, in all probability, we'll be playing the United States, which is going to be tough. But, both the Opals and the Boomers have shown that they can take it right up to the very best in the world. So we got to stay positive, but let's just focus our attention on Serbia for the time being.
Gazy, Hazy and I are both sports presenters, and Editor Kupo is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare when it comes up on the teleprompter.
Yeah, it is. You just got to say it quickly and say it with supreme confidence, and people won't know anyway. There's been some, I tell you, tomorrow when we're talking about Serbia, I've been going through it an almost glory-filled day. I am absolutely butchering it as I sit in the bedroom just trying to get ready. But hopefully I'll bounce back and something somewhat resembling their names will come out tomorrow.
Hey, guys, before we let you go, I just think of back in the day, and I think of you guys playing the Dream Team and Hammer Hill and Charles Barkley going at
Oh, my
it.
God. Phil Smythe.
What's your, and our boy Phil Smythe. What's your go-to memory, or have you got a go-to story when you remember those times against the almighty US team?
Oh, just stepping out on the floor with them was one that I remember fondly. 96, when we were there, and we got off to a flyer, and they had Reggie Miller, and I had a decent first half. I ended up with 25. I might have had 21 of them or something like that in the first half. And I remember Reggie Miller coming out after half time, and I couldn't know exactly what he was saying, but it was something about a cork going into a specific orifice that sounded like, what's going on here? And I barely saw daylight for the rest of it. And it was, unfortunately come up short, but it was a privilege to play against them. Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon was there. It was just an unbelievable experience, and it's great that they continue to support the Olympics. And this year's team are the closest I think we've seen to the magnificent 1992 team that had Jordan, Magic, Bird, and all those iconic heroes.
Very quickly, before we let you go, Opals and Boomers, are we going to medal?
Well, of course we are. I think that we get over Serbia, anything can happen. But no, it's going to be tough. But I'm very confident. I like the way they're building. They're getting better each in and every game. So there's no reason to think that we can't. And you know what? the rest of the world knows we can as well. They have great respect for us now, so it's credit to our girls and boys in the way in which they've been able to raise the standards.
You can catch all the action from the games on 9GM and 9 Now.
Yes.
Andrew Gaze, thank you so much for your time this morning, and go
Good on ya.
Boomers, go Opals.
Yes, come on, get around them. Here we go.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you so
Anytime.
much. Such a
love
absolute
you.
privilege to speak to you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the support, and hopefully we can get a win.
Jodie and Hazy. Song.
Here it is, real fierce contest. You got two people who it is like two positively charged ions going at each other. Just opposites, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's full on.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Tell
Score right
everyone
now.
what I just said to you during that song about if you do, perchance, happen to win.
I think you said something along the lines of, hang on, what day is it? What are we doing next? I think I'm hungry. Wait, am I thirsty? Do I need to go to the toilet? All those sorts of questions.
It's definitely not what I said.
You said, don't be a jerk.
Yes.
And I said, I can't make any promises, sweetie.
Exactly.
And that's what got you over the lines when I called you sweetie.
All right. Let's do it. All right. Producer Zoe. The rules, please.
Same as always, we've got 3 Nova hits or throwbacks, orchestralised. You have to buzz in with your name and give me the song name and the artist name. You're playing for a couple of listeners to potentially take home a Wallace Cinema Family Pass. We've got Brock from Elizabeth on Team Hazy.
G'day, handsome.
How are you?
And on Team Joe this morning is Leslie from Aldinga Beach.
Hello, Leslie.
Hello.
Hello.
Excellent. So,
I'm just going to preface it with, I'll try my hardest. Okay?
yeah, she's
Good,
on board.
thanks.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Try harder.
Not good enough.
So, same as always, nerves at bay. Your name is your buzzer, no screaming. Song number 1, please.
Here we go.
Jodie, Avicii, wake me up.
She's done it. Strong start from Oddie.
That is quick. That's the start we're looking for.
Okay, that was
at this.
quick.
Real quick. We straight in?
We're straight into song number 2. Bit trickier.
Yeah. Stop! That's what you do to me.
Someone's 1-0 down. It's a little bit antsy.
Listen, both of you.
We got 20 seconds to go.
Come on.
Put your arms down, Abs. Put your arms down.
I know it, but I don't.
Either
I
of
don't
you.
even know it. Hang on, we've got 15 seconds to write this out.
Concentrate.
13, 24, 10. Don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't know. Nova Fresh hit.
Hang
No,
on.
no, too late. That's a buzz out for both of you, and it was incredibly easy. Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso.
How's that easy?
I was literally sipping out of a cup and both of you were just looking at me like I was an idiot.
It's so easy from the newsroom, isn't it?
That's such
Wow.
an easy song.
No, okay, the start was harder, but then the part, I'm working late because
Yeah,
I'm
'cause I'm
a
a
singer.
singer.
Come on, it's iconic. All right, well, that means that we're potentially playing for a draw here.
All right.
2 passes up for grabs or Jodie for the win. Song number 3.
Here we go. Hey,
Just say your name.
Hazy.
Go on.
Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone.
Well done. It's a draw.
Bless you, Kelly Clarkson.
Bless her.
I can't believe Sabrina Carpenter undid us.
I can't believe it either. We play that song a lot.
Don't look in the rear vision mirror, mate.
Oh. So what happens here? Do we get a point each?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tie. Both of you are going home with Wallace Cinema, and it brings the score officially the same as what it was, really, from 10-16 to 11-17.
And you know what the best part is?
What?
Congratulations to our friends Brock and Leslie. You guys have both got a Wallace Cinema
done.
Family Pass. Good on you
Nice.
guys. Congrats.
Thank you.
And look at this.
Thank you.
I still feel like I should act like an obnoxious freak. But can I do that with a draw?
No.
This is a really wholesome space right now, and I think we should keep it that way.
This is the calmest it's ever been.
How boring.
Yeah.
Fight.
It is 17-11 though. I'm still smacking you up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dancing with your sister, isn't it?
A little
draw.
bit.
All right,
Yeah,
come
a
over
little
here.
bit.
Come on.
It's fine. There's love there, but just
Not a lot.
don't you
It's
incorporate
just-
those Tassie vibes there, Dobs?
Yeah.
Hey, also, when was the last time we had a draw?
It's been a long time.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Saints.
I'm excited. I think this is a nice new space we've entered.
This is a really, really wholesome area.
Yeah. Hugs all round.
Come here.
Family hug time.
It's disgusting. Get away from it. I think the entire world is captivated from this particular couple from the games. Or are they a couple? Yeah, that's right. Czechia's Katarina Siniakova and Thomas Makac shared a kiss as they won the mixed doubles tennis event. But here's the thing. They had dated since 2020, but it was confirmed in the lead up to Paris that they had parted ways. So
Dun, dun, dun.
they made it work. They got the job done and they shared a nice little celebratory kiss. And everyone's like, what's going on? They said this in the post-game presser.
That's our personal life, so you don't need to know that.
And do you know, like, there is the top secret. in red words, you know, top secret.
We like when you are confused.
Exactly. That's how we feel powerful, so.
Okay, mate, calm down. What I will say is there's a few giggles there like she might be in love. Oh, I don't know.
I
Are
like
you
it
getting
how
those
she's
vibes?
like, we like when you're confused.
Yeah, we like when you're confused. They're
Love
like, you're so confused, and they just start full on hooking up. Like,
Oh, don't ever do that.
wow.
Don't ever do that again. That was disgusting.
Wow.
come on,
Just have it with
Katarina.
your tongue.
I would like to throw up now.
Yeah.
It's called making love, sweetie. Yeah, I'm completely sidetracked. I don't think Cara and I have tongue kissed since we got married.
I think that should
that
be in the
surprising?
vows, actually. When you get married,
First
it
and
should be
last
like,
kiss?
we vow never, ever, ever to pash again.
Your first and last French kiss is on your wedding day.
Yeah, so
And
true.
That's it. 13-24-10, when did you make it work?
Right.
Against all the odds, or you just had to make it work?
Yeah.
So it seems like these two have gone together and they've been like, look, we're not romantically involved anymore, but you better believe that we will come together and we will, in a sporting sense, and make it work and win the Olympic gold medal.
Do they have kids?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
They're still quite young as well, so they are 28 and 23.
Yeah, right.
But, and now the big question
She's
marks
23. She was giggling like a 23-year-old then.
100%. Hey, 13-24-10, if you've got an example of where someone's been in a situation where you just had to make it work
Yeah.
for whatever sort of reason, every call that gets on air will put you on the standby list for our winter weekend escape. Your thoughts on this news, Rita Abbey?
This would be good.
Yeah, well, for me, I don't think I'm friends with any ex-boyfriend.
Really?
Neither am I. I'm not
Like-
friends with any of Abby's ex-boyfriends either. I'm not friends. Who's friends with their ex?
Oh, I think if you're a nice enough person, you can
Yeah, I
possibly
think-
make it work.
I
Doesn't
think
have
as
to be
I
salty, but
think as I got older, maybe, yeah, like if they reached out, it'd be, hey, how you going? But yeah, back in the day, never was. But it got me thinking because I've got friends who run a business quite successfully
Yeah.
and they are exes and they're still in, you know, they run this business together. And there's a lot of people out there who run businesses together who are exes. Your friend, Kayla Estes, and her ex-boyfriend, they run a business together. There's also a swimwear brand, and it was on the Imperfects podcast, and I can't think of the name now, but they were married and then they split, but they still run this really successful swimwear brand across Australia
Also,
and across the world.
Poe's manager is her ex-husband.
Yeah.
I just think if you can take the emotion out of it and you can be an adult and you can go, okay, we still have something to achieve together. It mightn't be married people, but yeah, I think it's great.
so if you obviously if you share a child as
Yep.
well,
Yeah.
then the mature thing as well to do is to make it work also.
100%.
I think that's probably the best thing. Like I've had a few friends who've split in the last year or so, and two of them have children, and they are just making it work. They're doing the best they can. They don't badmouth the partner in front of the kids, all of that, because they are at that age where they go, yes, okay, it didn't work out with us, but this is the best thing for our family and for our child. And
Yeah.
that's so good to see.
Yeah.
Because it's just the kids who are getting hurt.
I have so much admiration for people who can split in a marriage and still maintain a friendship and a civil, cordial, you know, relationship. I think it's great.
What about the dancers in Dancing with the Stars? That's very intimate, isn't it?
Hang on.
How did we segue into that?
How did you segue into that?
What if that was your ex? Because that seems like they always seem so coupley. It's the dancers on Dancing with the Stars. Do you know what I mean?
I would find it hard if my husband was on Dancing with the Stars.
Because he's awful at dancing.
He's so
Petition to get Greg Gotti on Dancing with the Stars.
He's so horrendous. But they're so intimate and their bodies are literally writhing together, aren't they? On the dance floor on national television. That's hard.
Yeah.
Good morning to you, Wade.
Good morning, Hazy and Jodie. How are you?
We're very good, thank you. Wade, you made it work with your ex?
Yeah, so we split up about 10 years ago, went through the whole, separation and divorce and so forth, and we've got a son who's now 12, and we've just like always put his needs and all that first, and basically, like I said, made it work. We've got to the point where even though we have shared custody, I was paying a small amount of child support per week because of the fact that I earned a bit more than she did.
Yep.
And she actually contacted child support and cancelled it because she didn't think it was needed anymore because we're making it work so well.
There you go. So that is two people very mature in this situation who are absolutely on the same page and want the same things in a really positive space. That is beautiful, Wade.
Well done, Wade. And also hats off to the new partners as well who embrace the exes, who realise there are kids involved and they're like, you know what, my needs are secondary to the child. So, I think that's really cool, Wade. Well done.
Good morning to you, Amelia.
Good morning.
Good morning. You made it work or your parents made it work?
My parents have. They're divorced. They've been divorced for ages and they get along really well. My mum fell over and hurt herself and she went and stayed at my dad's place with his wife so they could look after her.
That's really nice.
Dad and his wife come to family dinners, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Yeah, see, that's what it's all about.
It is.
You've got to be a really mature person in this space to be able to do that. I wonder, and I'll be open and honest with you, Amelia, I wonder if I could do that. I don't know if I'm mature enough.
You could.
I think
you could. If your kids were involved, you absolutely could.
You'd hope that you could, but you wouldn't know until you got in the situation, would you?
Yeah.
They couldn't at first, but now they do, and it's so much easier.
Yeah, I think once the dust settles, Amelia, and you sort of everyone, the emotions taken out of it, then you're all good. Let's go to Anika. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. You've been in this situation.
A bit of a story, yes, and a bit unusual, I guess. And it started many years ago when I was married for over 20 years. We had 3 kids. Wasn't always fantastic. Separated. Went our own ways, obviously. The kids were all grown up a few years ago. My ex was showing a few signs of not being quite there. He said to me, would you be my power of attorney because I think things aren't quite right, even though it was quite tumultuous to start with, obviously. That's why we divorced. But, I agreed. My partner was just wonderful. We discussed it. It's not an easy thing to do. And then a few years ago, he was, admitted into hospital and he's now in a dementia ward. And, I mean, you don't wish that on anybody. So, but the main reason, and I did it for my kids, but obviously now I feel sorry for him because it's a horrible thing. And mainly, my partner has been just absolutely wonderful through all this. It can't have been easy for him to let me do this.
Yeah.
So, I just thought I'd give it a quick ring and maybe put myself out there and most of my friends know all this already, so it's not a secret or anything. And I would love to reward my partner for being so amazing.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Good on you, Anika. That's a really mature space. And
it's very
you are on the
kind.
standby list for our winter weekend escape.
Yeah.
That's the next level. You'll always have that connection, I suppose.
Yeah, so true. Especially when you have kids together.
Yeah.
3 kids together.
Absolutely.
Johnny, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're good. You've been through this?
Yeah, to a degree. I had so my partner at the time. This was about 13 years ago. We had a daughter together. It didn't work out. We separated, cut forward 13 years. I'm now married to an incredible woman, and my daughter's mother is with a partner. They've been together for quite some time. They have several other children as well with each other. And my wife and my daughter's mother are actually very close friends, to the point, right? To the point where they were pregnant at the same time with each other. So I actually I had to take a photo of them together, pregnant, with their bellies showing, with my 13-year-old in between them. But it was one of the funniest moments and the most awkward moments. My ex and my daughter and my wife with my unborn child.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a thing. It really was. But my daughter absolutely flourishes having a mother and an actual like a almost a second mum in a way.
Yeah.
That's nice.
She really loves it. So she's absolutely really flourished in this time. So.
But Johnny,
yeah.
I love that for you, that you've put all jealousy aside or whatever emotions you might have been feeling. But doesn't it make it so much easier for the kids when everyone gets along?
Well, that's it. I mean, it was messy at the start because she was, 2 or 3 years old at the time. And then we both just were like, what are we doing? Like, we need to do it for our child, for our daughter. And so we both really knuckled down. And then, fast forward quite a few years and look at it now. Like, she's in high school and she understands that she's, she's still got a mum who's there. She's still got a dad who's there, and she can rely on both parents. And, the mum can just message me for like literally anything. We have a set schedule. It's just fantastic. And it's how it should be. We're a blended family where to the point where my wife has a son to another father, and that son actually hyphened his last name to incorporate my last name as well.
Oh, wow.
With his biological father's blessing as well.
Oh,
so it's just beautiful. Like that's kind of household that we live in.
That's very cool.
This is what we're trying to teach the next generation of children.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. Isn't it? It's a really nice situation.
So good.
Thank you very much to Johnny. We'll wrap this up with Stacey. Good morning to you, Stacey.
Good morning.
Good morning, Stace. Your situation is remarkable.
Well, it's a huge story, but to begin with, I have to say that I was definitely the mature person in 1995, and when he left to go to an island, I told him that was the end of the relationship because we didn't have to work. So then he came back and he was living in his car and I couldn't have it. So I let him stay with the family, even though the courts and everyone was against it and the family, because they didn't quite understand. Families need to be together, and we know the family well. And so he slept in the main room, and I slept in one of the kids' rooms.
Wow!
And that went on for a little while. Yeah.
So he was pretty much homeless.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was living in his car, and I couldn't have that. No way. That's not what I would want, and that's not what I'd wish for others. So you do what you can to ensure that obviously the kids are not affected, and So I've also been a stepmom, and that's not an easy thing for everyone. So for those, I take my hat off for anyone that's a step person. Parents,
There you go. Stacey obviously has a really big heart. That is just, I suppose, in a situation where you put everything aside and just stop for a second and go, well, we are actually all human in this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to help out my ex-husband. That was a huge result. Congratulations to everyone who shared some of those stories because they're really, really big and noble.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what is set to be one of the more athletic feats. By all reports, it's happening. It's happening tomorrow. Oh, it's on. We're on? Oh, my gosh.
We are so on.
What have you done, Jodie?
We are so on that producer Zoe has been tasked with going to find some red Speedos today
There you go.
from Rundle Mall. Any ideas where to start, Zoe? I don't even... Maya?
Surely Rebel, right? We're going straight to a
Surely
sporting
Rebel.
store because this is serious business.
There was a genuine conversation about what sort of cut you would get me.
Yeah, well, there's some cute
High
ones.
cuts. High cut.
There's a little, G-banger.
Whether to show a little extra cheek or not. And I said...
For the people of South Australia, please do not get a G-banger.
It could be quite funny.
And producer George was in here as well.
Yep.
And I said, I don't have an ass. I do not own an ass. And she was like, I bet he's got some awesome ass. I'm like, no, I don't.
No.
I'm built like a French bulldog.
We genuinely sent...
I've got nothing going on down there.
Abs, what's that police dog's name? We sent the police dog out to look for your ass because it's gone missing.
It came back empty-handed.
Nothing.
Absolutely
okay,
nothing.
so Dive SA are putting on the green and gold breakfast tomorrow, 7:15 start. We're going to send you down there up against Olympians Phil Rogers, Travis Marnie, Blake Gaudry, Megan Jones and Rachel Dutchke, who is an actual synchronised diver from the Olympic Games. Awesome. We're going to pit you against some... You can start on the 1 metre. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you have to,
that hurt my belly.
If you don't make it to the 10, you're out.
I've got massive fears of the 10 metre.
Bad luck. Get up there.
Roll up.
Should I tell you this story on air? Maybe it's not a fair story.
Well, you started now.
When I was about 19
Yeah.
and I was living in Sydney at the time, I don't know why, and obviously it's illegal and I regret it, but a few mates and I, it was a thing when you're in Cockle Bay, there's a bridge that goes from one side of Cockle Bay to the other, and I think it's about 10-15 metre drop into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a thing, I'll jump in there and then we'll go to one of the clubs afterwards. Of course. I did it, but I did it with my jeans on, and it was fine. My mate did it, and he took his pants off, and he jumped in there, and he did it kind of split-legged, like sort of half like he was sitting on a chair. Anyway, I don't know how to say this.
Okay, don't say it then.
It's split his notcher. you know the real sensitive skin in between one ear and the other. It split him.
Can I just say the next time you say this story could be for off air, I'm gonna listen and agree with you, because that's a lot.
Anyway, it was a lot to take in that night, for him especially. So that's why I have fears of jumping off the 10 metre.
Okay, it's a valid story.
Just make sure your legs are closed.
And can I wear jeans? All right, I'll do it, Jose. I'll do it.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, you say.
You promise the 10 metre? You promise?
Oh, can we just
be a
bit of a wait and
baby.
see?
Okay, if you don't make
it,
to the 10 metre, you have to jump in the Torrens.
Oh, that's even worse.
Exactly. So make the 10 metre, Hazy.
Watch this space.
All right,
and no doubt we'll put it on social media at Jodie Hazy. Looking forward to that.
And we're going to chat with Rachel tomorrow just for some last minute tips for you.
Okay.
Just to work out how not to humiliate yourself.
Oh, thanks. Looking forward to all of this. Why is my lower body quivering right now? What's going on?
Don't know, mate.
Is it the split notcher or is it the budgies? Maybe it's a combination of both.